Mhm. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another turning in the shed with me. I have no earworm today. I'm looking at the screen to see who's in. Hi, Roger, Jared, Todd, Malcolm. Welcome along. I think Brian's too busy today to get him on to do earworm, so I'm going to be on my own. There's Pete with Chester Tweez. Welcome along, Pete. I have been food about here and trying to think what to do. And sometimes it's hard just to get a project in around an hour and a half, 40 minutes. I know there's no time limit on it, but I don't like it to overstretch everything and trying to keep it as simple as possible. So today we're going to turn a wee goblet, and I have a Brunswick on the lathe, and it's 100. There's my measuring stick. It's 230 millimeters long by 60 millimeters. So the wood, I think it is another piece of what do you call it? Larch. Could be wrong. Could be a bit of sycamore. I grabbed it from the pile outside this morning, and I brought it in just two the ends off it, and it was all over the place. So who else is in? There's Brent, Amy. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you may be. I said Todd and I said Garrett. Right, okay, we'll get started. So I'm thinking of a live edge rim on the top, and we'll bring it down and try and make a live edge bottom on the base. So I bring the tailstock up. It's not going to play ball today, nah. Oh, rig's sake. So I start messing around at this time of the day. There, we're back in. So, don't know what the problem is. There's a couple of problems with the cameras this morning and the computer. It seems to be locking up. I think it may be cold, but it's not cold in here. I have the heater on in the background, and so first of all, we'll bring this down to around a wee bit. Take that wee nub off. I don't want to rack my knuckles on this. So, anybody else in? It didn't matter. There's Chris. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Right. I'll just take a wee bit off this to chew it up a wee bit. We'll try the overhead camera if it's working. Okay, that'll do that. I just wanted to bring that nubbly bit. Did I get rid of it? It's almost away. So I need to cut a bit off this. There's some sort of a cutting there, so we'll use the parting tool to give us a nice straight end. Just bounced out there and hit the bark again. Yeah, I did. Well, we'll cut it back to there then. Just trying to keep an eye on the chat as well. Right. I'll just stop that. A minute. I'll cut that wee bit off. Cut that wee bit off. Okay. So I want to start on the top. I'll use a Forstner bit just to give us a bit of help. Turn the speed down a wee bit. At about 800 RPMs. Just back it, forcing your bed up, clear your shavings. I just want to see what the depth is there. I'll probably do. I'll give it a wee bit more. That'll do. This is just quite away from the headstock here, so it will be a bit on the squealy side as I try to hollow the inside of that out, but we'll try and see what happens. I sharpened all the tools this morning, and we'll see what happens. Of course, you can hear the vibrations of the, I don't know if you can hear, but if you take it gentle, you will get it hollowed out, even though it's so far away from the headstock. You're going to get that wee vibration. So we're just using a wee pull cut on the lower wing here. Just take your time. As I say, this has been sitting out in my log pile for quite a while now, and I just lifted it in this morning, so it's quite cold, but it's dry. You know, it's just cold. Just bring that camera down a wee bit for you, so you can see. So I hope everybody's well today and you had a good weekend. I've been in my shed all weekend working on a big piece, which you'll in the middle of finish the editing on, so it'll be up in video soon. It's worth a watch. It's a big piece, and more or less it's worth a watch. That's all I'll say. So we'll just take start to round it out to the rim of the goblet here. Just take it easy and you'll get there. Just stop that and see how the land lies inside here. That's not too bad. So I want to get more into the bottom here now. Welcome along, Greg. Just cutting along the bottom of the piece here. Squealing a wee bit. It doesn't like. I can maybe lift that a wee bit. It doesn't like being this far away from the headstock. And I'm just pushing straight in with the tool on center here to cut a hole to get the bottom rounded over. Just keep an eye on the chat here to see if there's any questions coming in, because I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you, but right, we'll stop that and have a wee wave juke. Let's see. Right, there's a wee ridge there, but the bottom's rounded over, but there's just a wee ridge where I stopped. You can see it there, just there. Right. We'll just stop that and have an Orby look. Still needs a wee bit. We'll stop and have an Orby feel to see. Did I get it all? Yeah, I did. I got it all. Okay. Just want to bring the neck of this out a wee bit more. It's a wee bit heavy on that near the top. I'm just going to increase the speed up to 1000 RPM. Pete, you're asking a very hard question. to do that, how do I put that in the chat? Mm, let me see. I don't know. Okay, we'll just carry on. I'm just getting the hang of StreamYard and OBS at the same time, and you have to do all these different procedures to get everything to work right. So I don't want to touch anything. I have anything. I did send Brian an invite, but if you would like to be another worm for me, please drop me a wee message and I can send you an invite, no problem. We'll just see what that's like. Right, let's see if we can get a better cut in this. It's okay, we'll do a wee bit of sanding to that. These are handy gadget here, guys. You can put it out to any shape you want and bend it, and you can position. Can't see what I'm talking about. That flexible hose. What it is, it's a run for a guinea pig. They're guinea pig hoses. That's what you call them on eBay. Just put in guinea pig run, and you'll come up with those wee things. Oh, there's one thing I forgot to do this morning. Put the switch on for the extraction. But we'll see how that goes. I didn't know what that's all you had to do, Pete. So we're starting with 120 here. It's not an awful big piece to sand up, but yeah. Just stop that and have a wee look, see if there's anything that needs more attention to. No, it looks all right, and we'll just give it another wee go on. Piece of 180 next. Piece of 240. Just rounding the rim over here. Piece of 320. I think that'll do. Get a few pieces of sand sealer on that. We taste the Yorkshire grit. So I just want to remove any excess that's left in that. It doesn't need an awful lot of sand in that. It's quite good. The finish on it. I'll just stop that and have a look and see. I'm happy enough with that. Oh, there's a wee bit there. Could do with a wee touching, just where the rim comes around here. There's a wee bit of the inner bark not touched. I got it that time. That was 120. Just a wee bit of 320 just to take a sharp end off that. Okay, we taste the crystalline wax. This is all I use. I don't use oils. As I said before, I think I like to finish things I'm working on, and I find the wax is a good way to go. It's alright if you're not. I'm not saying in a hurry, but yeah, you get oil it, and you have to wait till it dries and sand it back, and then apply an oil coat and so on. And it can drag on for a couple of days before you get actually the finished piece off the lathe, you know. So I like to go down the wax route. and I'm quite happy. I've never had any bar on the finish side of it. So we're just buffing this up now, and then we'll start on the rest of the piece. Okay, I think that's quite good. Yep, I'm happy enough. Happy enough with that. So we want our revolving center and the tailstock and a wee bit of paper. And one of these wee things is handy to have to fit in your piece. You fit on the end of your tailstock like so, and just put a bit of paper, kitchen towel in, whatever you have. If I can get my thumb out of the way. And all we're doing with this is giving us a wee bit of support. That's all we're doing. Just don't do it too hard. It'll put pressure on the stem as we start to take it down. Okay. I just want it tight enough to hold that. Okay, that seems alright. We might need to adjust it later, but for now it's okay. I'll get this thing out of the way. Right, let's see. Spindle gauge. So I want to start a bit back from the top of the rim here, so that I can cut eventually it in. You have to remember about your inside depth and what way you took it down, or you could end up through the side of it, and that wouldn't be too good. So increase the speed in this. Hi Amy, we prices are darn okay. I'll show you a bank I bought recently, and there's a good size of a blank there. 885, and it's a piece of ice, you know, and the prices are not too bad. So we tend to go to the more exotic timbers. You pay big money for them. Just want to keep checking this here because right. I'm just using the wing of the gouge here to bring this rim in, and I can't go any more than that or we're going to lose it there, so I'm happy enough with that. So I'll use a spindle roughing gouge to take some of this away a wee bit. Just bringing that into the round here on where the stem is going to be, because it will wobble about a wee bit. So I just want to get an idea of where we are here on the inside. So there's my wee depth gauge. I see what where the bottom is and that. So the bottom's there. Oh. So we'll bring that back up again and gently take the pressure up, just to give it a wee bit of support. Okay. Just mark them where the bottom is here, and then I'll shape the rest of this. Just keep it an eye on the chat there. If it goes quiet, I'm just reading what's going on. Okay, we'll have an RV inspection of the thickness. Yeah, there's a bit of room there I can go down yet. See, trying to get this piece of paper to stay where you want it. Right. Just make sure there's no wobble on it. Right. I'm going to start to round this over a wee bit. Just rough your shape out and refine it as you see fit. Good afternoon, Doug, or good morning to you. I'm doing everything today, earworming and everything. So, in case you're wondering, Brian couldn't do it today. I just want to check the depth of that and the thickness of the wall. There's plenty towards the bottom. And the wee piece of paper actually is a wee polishing rag on the inside as it goes round if it's not really tight. So it's doing its job. All this is doing is holding the bowl of the goblet while I work on it. It'll not, it doesn't matter too much now, but once I take the stem down, it does, and you want it to be as much support you can get. I'm just going to use my round nose scraper just to refine. Stop and have a wee look at that. That's not too bad now. Just the edge of the bark is sticking up a wee bit. The rest will sand down. Okay. Just want to bring this down a wee bit more so I can get the bottom of the goblet formed, and I think that's where I want to be. So we'll sand that up and we'll get that done. Restore the lathe down a wee bit. Sanding. Yeah, that's okay. Just checking it before I move on to the next grit. piece of 320. That looks all right. Got a wee coat of sand sealer. Maybe rub the torch a bit. Yeah. Maybe just a wax. Welcome along, Jennifer. See, Doug from Wood Spot Around has come in, and I'm just going to try and add him to the chat.
There I am. Hello, everyone.
Hi, thanks for coming in.
Absolutely. Paul, you doing well today?
I'm fine. Yourself? You doing okay?
Doing good. Doing good.
Okay, I'll just pop you back in the background then.
That'll be fine.
There, so Douglas has come in to do a bit of earworming. If anybody has any questions, he'll put them to me. Okay, that's that polished. I'll just have a wee look and see that there's no wee marks before we move on. You want to make sure you get this top part finished before you move on, because you'll not be able to go back to it. So I just need to bring that up a wee bit. Right, we'll start to take the stem down, and that's a wee bit high, Paul.
Paul, is this wood green?
Pardon?
Is this wood green?
No, it's not green. It's dry. It's going dry. But it's been sitting out in my wood pile for quite a long time. It's cold. It's very cold. Just getting the transition from the goblet into the stem right before you want to move on, because you'll have to move back and sand that wee bit.
Always find that because it comes so early in that process that is a tough spot for me. Just because it's early.
And you want to take the wood down gradually as you walk along the stem. Don't go too far. I like to work on an inch at a time. Take the timber away and work on it, because it's very easy to break the stem. It really depends on how thin you go. I was standing on at my local club one night, and I could see the audience getting a wee bit concerned as I made it thinner and thinner. So just want to make that wee bit, and we'll hit that with sand just the bottom here.
Brent's had to leave us.
Right, Brent. Thanks for coming in anyway. Right, okay. We'll just touch that wee bit up with just the polish. All right, okay. Just stop the lathe a minute as I move this in. This is where you can do all tools of damage when you're moving your tool rest. No matter how careful you be, you always seem to end up hitting it. Right. And your fingers will tell you an awful lot when you're feeling the stem. If there's any wee bulges in it, it needs taken away. So we'll give that a wee sand.
Paul, what's your aim point there? How thin are you trying to get that stem?
Well, thin without breaking it. It's just it's about 5 mil, 6 mil at the minute. Okay. So I'm happy enough to leave it there. I don't want to tempt fate and have a disaster, you know.
Sure.
So you have to sand everything as you go along and apply your finish, because once you can move down the stem, you won't be able to go back. Well, you will, but you'll not be able to put as much pressure on it. So it's recommended you just do it as you go. What was that? That was 180. And just go through the grits until you're happy with the finish. A wee small stem like this here won't need an awful lot of sanding. Just a bit of C20 just to finish that off. And we'll put a wee paste of sand sealer on that.
I was about to ask if you're going to start your finishing process, and you did.
Rob, it's not really thin. 6 mil's fine. When you get down to 4 mil, then you can. We had a great demonstrator about 6 years ago at the weed shed, maybe longer, and he turned a thin stem goblet, and it was down to 2 mil, and this thing was about 400 mil long. So this piece, I just can't remember the guy's name, but we'll still have it in our cabinet up in the weed shed where my club is. The demonstrators leave the piece that they were demonstrating, to show off. Right, that's okay. We'll move this back in, and that was square 2 mil, and you had all sorts of bits of string and all wrapped around it to give it a wee bit of support. Never seen anything like that. Good to watch, but okay. So we'll bring this down a wee bit more. We'll move a wee bit of this bulky stuff to the roughing gouge. Right, that'll do that. You don't want to put too much pressure on your piece, so you bring your wood down gradually as you move along, and you should get to the bottom without any power. And the other place people go wrong with is they make their goblet, the bowl of the goblet, too heavy, and when they start to bring it down on the stem, it starts to wobble all over the place. So you want to bring the stem or the goblet down, the bowl of it, as thin as you can possibly get it. Just a wee bit too heavy there. That's alright. Thought I made a wee dimple in it there. Lean too heavy on the gouge.
Bailey Woodworks has joined us. Hello, Chris.
Hi, Billy. Welcome along. We have plenty of stability here because it's in the jaws. So you can lean a wee bit higher on your gouge to cut some of the timber away. But when it comes back to your stem, you want to be as gentle as possible. Take small cuts. I'm just using the wing of the gouge here as a slicing cut, just the same as a skew. Just feel it. There's any wee ridges. Right. Right, we'll sand that.
Malcolm Douglas is going to leave us. Thanks for coming by, Malcolm.
Thanks for coming along, Malcolm. I really appreciate it.
And Jennifer's going to have to leave. Bye, Jennifer. Just it doesn't take long to sand it, so you just go through the grits till you're happy with it. And again, we'll play a wee taste of sand and sealer for a piece. Just do the whole stem because you've sanded a part of it. And a wee taste of the grit. Okay, that's that. And just a wee taste of wax. Now there's a slight wobble on this here now. So your immediate attention would be drawn to that, and you would want to tighten your tailstock up. Don't, because that's putting pressure onto the stem. If you're really concerned about it, what you can do is what I have done, and I find helps. See, a bit of movement there. Stop it and see if you can get a wee bit of it taken out. And if you're happy enough or not happy enough, what I tend to do is rub a bit of tape around it. And that just gives it that wee bit more stability. If your piece of wood inside is not really doing much, this will keep the whole revolving center on it together as it turns. And I find it works okay. So I want to see what we'll have in the bottom here. So we're not taking it all the way down. So I'm going to, this is going to be the bottom here. I think I hit that with a, and it jumped out on me. Pete's at backstage, Paul.
Pardon?
Pete is
Hi,
backstage.
Pete. All right. That.
Hello,
There you
Pete.
are, Pete.
Hiya.
Welcome along.
Sorry, I'm a bit late again. I was out waiting for a chemist earlier on.
No bar.
Hi, Doug.
So
Hey, Pete.
Hi, Amy. What time is it in Australia now? Could be 2 hours closer than we were last week.
I'm going to guess 11 p.m.
Still the night hour watching then.
again, just feel it with your fingers. They'll tell you if any rebridges are in it. And just blend it in to where you were left off before. Okay, you can sand that wee bit.
Royce, the boy, has come in.
Good afternoon, Roy.
Good afternoon,
Thanks for
Roy.
coming along.
Paul, you're giving a great example of going just inch by inch. Too many folks want to do that stem half or even the whole thing all at one time. And
Yeah, if you do too much at one time, you know what's going to happen. It's going to break.
well, yeah, you can release so much tension out of that wood. It'll develop a huge wobble sometimes.
You can see the wobble on this already, and it's,
yeah.
And I think it really depends on the piece of timber you're going to use too. Something with a closed grain, you know, not an open grain, I think, are better for goblets. Right.
Yeah, the other thing is when you're at this stage, if you turn the lathe off, turn the speed down, turn it off, and then turn the speed back up after you've turned it on, so you don't put a sudden strain on that stem.
We just a wax, just as you go along. Even though that stem is about 6 mil, 5 mil, whatever it is, you can be overconfident with it and think it's nice and sturdy, but it's only giving you a false reading. You can break very easy. Right, let us see where we are here. Just see. The other thing about my lathe, I have it down on the smaller belt, and it takes it longer to stop. So it winds down gradually. A lot of our lathes I've seen it sort of slow down quite quick, which although you're put pressure on this, right? What we're going to do, I'm going to take some of this away here from the bottom. See, that's starting up nice and slowly and gradually gets up to its speed.
Yeah.
I'm turning at 1100 on the lower setting of my lathe.
And Todd at Glen Cove's got a question. He said, for folks with variable speed lathes, do you use the speed control to turn it on, or do you set the speed then hit the on button?
No, speed controller. It's
You can set the speed and it'll start up to that speed. But I don't know much about other lathes, but this lathe, when it's in its lower setting on the pulley, it just seems to give us more momentum to the piece as it starts. You know, it's gradually getting there and slowing down when you turn the lathe off, you know.
My lathe will start and stop at whatever speed the dial's set at. So I turn my dial down, especially if I've got a big piece on there. Then I hit the start button and bring the speed up until I'm comfortable. And if I've got an average piece on there, as we were just saying, with a thin stem, then yes, I will always use the speed control and feather it in.
Yeah, you can, without speed controller, I have a wee, started on a wee mini lathe, and I just put the belt size down to the middle on it and gradually work at that speed. And I found it okay. So if you don't have variable speed on your lathe, you can do this, but you need to get work out what's a good speed to turn your piece.
To be honest, if you're on a belt drive non-variable speed lathe and you want a fast speed, the trick is don't turn it off.
Yes.
Don't turn it off till you're finished.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of like you, Pete. I do both. I use my speed controller and I use that off switch too. It just depends on what I'm doing. If I'm doing a goblet like this, I tend not to turn it off. It's all at one time.
Yeah, I would be the same.
See, even though
it's difficult on a live because you need to show bits here and there, and you do need to stop it. But
so my lathe at the minute, it's going full welt on the smaller pulley, and it's at 1200. It won't go any faster than 1200 on that smaller belt pulley.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to tidy the bottom off of this up.
My lathe typically is on the fast speed. Most of what I do is small spindle stuff, so it's mostly at high speed.
Yeah, you just turn whatever you're comfortable with.
I change the belts when I put something ridiculously big on it.
Okay. Just going on a wee bit deeper here in the foot. And gradually bring it round. Right in the bevel. So, we'll just check that. Not too bad. Okay, we'll bring a bit of this down and work on the stem again. I'm just impatient. I want to go ahead, and the lathe's not up to speed yet.
Rob's got to go. Take care, Rob.
All the best, Rob. Thank you.
Bye, Rob.
I'm just going to use my no scraper here.
Just a quick look at the YouTube page, and you've got 18 watching, but only 9 thumbs up. So there's some space there for people to put a thumbs up.
We'll stop that and have a wee look to see what that's like. Yep, there's a wee bit of a bump there, but I'll sand it at this stage. Usually when you go to take one more cut, it's the last cut. Many a time I have said that, and that's been the end of it.
I noticed you've done what I always do, and you put a little fillet underneath the cup, between the cup and stem.
Yep.
I was chatting about that with Mike Walt ages ago, and you actually look at a glass, that fillet isn't there. But if you look at the glass, because of the diffraction of the light through that joint, it looks as though there's something there. And I think that's why I've always put a fillet there. I don't really know why I always put a fillet there, but it's just, I think it's just an illusion that I'm trying to recreate.
It's just an extra bit of something for the paper towel to wrap itself around. I know people do different things, a ball and stuff, but
I
think a ball round the rim, because it's not going down to the bottom here. That's why you want your pressure to hold that. If the ball's on here, it's going to push the ball out the way like that, like a flower.
Yeah.
So I think it's spreading the pressure out.
And if you were to go much thinner than that, if you're going to cut that in half, even putting some pulling on it, if you tape it, so that you can pull.
Yeah, tape it and tie it to the tail center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still gives you support, but it's in the other direction.
A friend of mine who does an awful lot of thin stuff, he's obtained a small 16 TPI chuck, which screws onto the thread on his live center.
Hmm.
And he puts a locking bar through that to the back of the tailstock, so he can actually put things in a chuck at the tailstock end and pull them, which is very useful for some of the things he does.
Yes. Amy has said, put hashtag famous last words. Very, very true, Amy.
Yeah. It's only when you're by yourself you see how you push yourself to see how thin you can get it.
Right.
And you know you can do thinner, but when you're sort of doing live and people in front of you, you don't want to.
Well,
but I can just bring it down with sandpaper as well. And sometimes you can take a mil or two off it.
Yeah, you're only taking half a mil off each side. It doesn't take long.
Yeah.
just to smooth it out. The reality is when you're cutting as you're working there with the steps, you're only going very close anyway. So you're probably talking about a quarter of a mil that you need to take off at most.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's that. So we'll give that a wee taste of sand sealer now that we have sanded that. Just slow that down a minute to get the barky bit, because that's not round, you see, because it's natural edge. Just
Douglas Mangum has come in.
Welcome along, Douglas. Just a wee taste of Yorkshire grit to tidy that.
I just looked up that guinea pig play tunnel that you were talking about earlier. eBay UK. It's called Collapsible Play Tunnel Exercise Tube for Rabbit, Ferret, Guinea Pig and Hamster. And they're $7.29 each.
Yeah.
So they're anywhere comparable to the Axminster ones, which cost about 40 quid for a metre. That's very good value.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant. A good item. You can push it right straight the wall, and it closes down to about 6 inches or something, and extends to about a metre.
Yeah, that's very good value.
So it means you can just push it out of the way, and you can bend it up and bend it down.
Yeah.
To where you want it. Right, that's the.
I can't put a link in, Douglas, because I'm not. I haven't got a spanner on this channel.
That's an Nora thing.
Yeah, we'll deal with that later.
Brian mentioned that last week, and where's my spanner? Forget about the spanner. If I can get this to work, I'm happy enough until I learn an orbit.
Yeah, we'll deal with all that later. But yeah, I mean, if Brian is not available, then as you did today, just drop that StreamYard link in. Somebody will step up. Anybody who's got a headset and able to jump in will jump in and give you a hand, because it's hard work doing it on your own.
Absolutely.
You get the impression, you're not interested in you, but I am. It's just I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm doing and read the chat and see what's going on.
It's hard enough doing it in front of a camera in the first place. To do it and try to read the screen and keep up with the chat is very difficult.
Somewhere between very difficult and impossible, isn't it?
Okay. We'll remove this tape from that. And just be careful when you're removing. If you do tape it, you don't pull it too hard, because you could break it here, depending on how thin you went.
I've done that.
I'm telling you all these things I've done. So you learn from your mistakes. I'm just going to put that on slow to get that rubbed into that, because I put new polish on that.
Brian Best is in the chat. Good night, Amy.
Hi, Amy.
Bye, Amy. Thanks for coming over. Do. Get this out of the way. And all that is a wee plug. Turn it down to sort of a taper to fit your, what
Yeah,
size
it's
your
just a little
goblet's
cone.
going to be. It's just a wee cone. It's handy to have those sitting about when you're doing like that. You can see how much that moves. It's flexible. So if that wasn't in there, that would be flexing all over the place. And I can see daylight through the side of this. So I'm quite thin as the wall goes down. So
Yeah.
we need to part it off. And this is where it can go wrong.
Nah, it'll be fine.
So you want the undercut. Oh, no.
Don't forget the
Try
light.
that again. Oh, what's happening here? I bet you I hit that. I did. Oh, I know what it is. Right, okay, we'll just have to be more forceful with it. And I'm just putting the thin parting tool in 2 cuts beside each other to give myself a wee bit of room so it doesn't bind up. Right, we're almost down to And if you're not comfortable with doing it this way, stop the lathe and use a wee saw. And that just needs a wee bit of sanding on the bottom. Just a wee nib.
I think last time we were together, Doug, it was just before you got COVID.
I believe you're right. Yeah. Just before Christmas.
Hopefully you're all over that now and recovered fully.
Yeah, yes and no. I'm over the COVID, but there's still some after effects that still continue on. Some of them drive me a little nutty, but we're getting along. We're back. I'm back to normal life and turning and running around like crazy. So it's all good.
That's all good, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm touch wood, and I never got it.
Same here. I've never called it, but there
Good.
again,
No,
I'm used to staying away from people anyway. So
yeah, same with me. If I have to go out, stay away from everybody. Let's see the tail stock. Right. Oh. So there we are, guys. A lovely wee goblet, natural edge, top and bottom,
Very nice shape.
and it's off center a wee bit too on the base.
Yeah, like
And
that.
you can just see the light coming through the back of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So there you are, guys. Thanks very much for taking the trouble to come over and watch the. Where's my button here? Is it that one? Yeah.
That's the one.
Oh, I put the stand out of the hole. Oh dear. So that I can see us both. So, thanks everybody for coming along, and I really appreciate you coming over and joining me in while we turn a wee thin stem goblet with natural edge and bottom. Okay, guys, all the best.
Hey, let me
Bye
say
bye.
let me say real quick, Paul. Bailey just asked, and it is true. I do have a premiere tonight. It's late for you guys over there across the pond, but 5 o'clock in the U.S. Eastern time. So
I'm
Yeah,
for that.
I have put a notification to remind myself on that one. So If
Thanks,
I'm awake,
Pete.
I'll be there. If not, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Okay, guys. Just say bye for now. Say bye, Pete, and say bye, Doug.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye,
Thanks for
everyone.
coming in.